From the center of the earth, this is the future ruler of Earth, Dictor Van Doomcock, and I am here on this Thursday afternoon to say hail to the chat, hail to YouTube, and hail to my fans and followers around the world. Well, we are gathered here today at this early edition of the live stream in order to have a little fun, talk a little bit of the Joker trailer. I'm going to watch it live, and I may even screen it for Harvey and have him comment. And we'll talk about the Joker trailer. We'll talk a little bit about Shazam opening today. Some of you may have already seen it. I will be seeing it later on in the day, and that's why this live stream will be a bit shorter than usual, but no less packed with fun, frolics, and funkiness. Walk it down, Tito, walk it down, Tito, walk it down. So I want to go ahead and tell everyone in the chat, hello! Hail to Lowe's, hail to the nefarious fool, Juan Pena, emotionally exhausted, Dr. Forbin and Colossus, Dr. Coffin Nails, Juan Pena, Scarecrow 2311, Tam H33390, Captain Spire, Alexei Ponomarenko, Ja Jankin, Deslock Rising, Mary Ashmead, my loyal wrench wench extraordinaire. Hail, Mary Ashmead. Monkey Zor, Jacob Ambos, Suicide Grunts of America. Don't do it. Don't do it, Blondie. Don't die, Blondie. I don't know if you're blonde. It just came to me. Grumpy, John Miles, Dirigo Duke, D Artist Jewelry, Simon Jensen, Andrew Kanian. Andrew Kanian. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Raymond Reviews, Lord Marco Wookie, Stone Loki, Cap 285, Maverick MX, Trinoculus P, Anthony Aguirre, Preserving Light, Justin Kelly, aka Pokemac, aka Matt 67, Emotionally Exhausted, Nefarious Fool, Tippy Tail McKitty. Always good to see Tippy Tail McKitty, reminding me of my dear departed Lola. Soy Free Thoughts, Cap 285, Eric Hawk, Josh and Rebecca. Momini. Hopefully that's right. Momini. Momani. Momini. I think it's Momini. Am I right this time? Damn it. I've been corrected before. I've got to get corrected again. Lost in Iowa, Darth Gavel, Jeffrey Tennant, Jussie Hark, and James Gocknor, many, many more. Roland is here. Electric Barbarella, 27. Soy-free thoughts. Just say no to soy. Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. N is here, saying all work should cease when you address the public on the giant citizen view screens. That's how it will be when my rule is initiated. All right, you guys. Well, we are here and we are live, and I'm going to go ahead and cut right to it before I let you guys take over the show. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this Joker trailer and see what I think about it. Cyborg Patriot, James Gochnor, hail, Jussie Hark, Momini, Josh and Rebecca Momini, Tippy Tail McKitty with a super chat of $2. Hail, Tippy Tail McKitty. Thank you very much for this super chat. Tippy Tail McKitty says, I'm just a mutt cat from a farm. Well, I think the best of us are, really. I think the best of us are, Tippy Tail McKitty. Nothing to be ashamed of. That's something to slap as a badge of honor on your wee furry chest. I love it. I absolutely love it. And Mark Flannel is saying, Mary Ashmead, thank you for making Lord Doomcock's inevitable conquest possible. Thank you, Mark Flannel. All right. Well, I have the trailer queued up here. Once again, I want to thank Tippy Tail McKitty for that super chat. Very much appreciated. And Juiced, W01. Juiced. He's juiced, get it? Because he's drinking Glenfiddich while listening to Doomcock. Best way to spend a Thursday evening. Thank you, Juiced. All right, so I've got the trailer queued up here, and I am going to go ahead and pull this up, and we're going to go ahead and play it. And I will let you guys, I'm going to queue it up to 000. And holy crap, this teaser trailer of the Joker has 14,997,565 views, #1 on trending. This is pretty amazing. Well, 559,000 thumbs up, 17,000 thumbs down. Who the hell would be voting thumbs down on this trailer? I don't know. But let me see. Maybe it sucks. I'm going to go ahead and watch it and give you my candid real-time reaction. So queued up at 000, and I'm going to go ahead and press play. Oh, I guess what I ought to do is actually let you guys know what version of it I am watching. So I'll go ahead and pop this link into chat. That way you can queue it up. I'll give you a second to queue it up so that you can watch it alongside me and Harvey. Actually, I may have Harvey do his own commentary. It'll be cleaner that way. Any problems with that, Harvey?
No, I'll go ahead and post my commentary on my channel.
It's our channel, Harvey.
Yeah, whatever.
The Joker has the disliked upside down, and they thought they were pressing the thumbs up, says Raymond Reviews. Good one. That makes me happy. All right, let us go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and push this and see what happens. I am pressing play in 3, 2, 1, push. Oh man, Joaquin Phoenix. Oh, already this is looking good. He is such a brilliant actor. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, certain things are in our stars, aren't they? Oh, this poor bastard, Jesus. And it looks like he got kicked in the nuts too. Boy, the mood of this thing is fantastic. It's almost like something Scorsese might have done. He was so brilliant in The Master. Oh dear, Arkham State Hospital. Oh shit. Oh, look at that intensity. Jesus. Oh man, this is going to be good. This is like a mix of Taxi Driver and Scorsese's King of Comedy. Look at that shot, was incredible. With that tear streak running down his face. Oh man, look at this. Boy, it kind of looks like the first superhero Oscar nominated film, doesn't it? Yeah, very, very Taxi Driver kind of vibe here. Oh, what a shot. Oh, fuck me. Oh, yeah. Jesus, the intensity. Look at that. This is going to be fucking epic. The lighting, the angles, the intensity of Joaquin Phoenix. Wow. 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 Damn. Wow. Well, fuck me. That is one hell of a trailer. The intensity of it, the obvious seriousness of this project. This is not some piece of crap that they are cranking out for a buck. This thing looks like a great companion piece to The Dark Knight, you know? Yeah, I'm intrigued. I had no interest in seeing this before, frankly. You know, I don't really favor movies that are solo movies about villains. I don't know. Being a villain myself, I don't know what to say. I don't know why that is. But I have to say that this film looks it's very evocative of the director-centric cinema of the 70s. I think it's wow. I'm super impressed. This is that is really incredible. Sith Spit Rick says we need more supervillains movies. Fausto Solis, hail my lord, I just got out of work. Great, man. RSG says Scorsese is also a producer. Is he a producer on this film or just a producer in general? Man, Heath Ledger absolutely was a fantastic Joker in The Dark Knight. Absolutely fantastic. I didn't think that anyone else could touch that role other than Heath Ledger until I saw this trailer. This is absolutely fantastic. Now, trailers can be very, very deceptive. You know, they could have cut together something that is not representative of the larger film. So I'm a little cautious about it. A little bit cautious, but I have to say, overall, I am deeply, deeply intrigued. Absolutely intrigued. Let us go ahead, and I'm going to rewind this. And Harvey Cthulhu.
Yes?
Would you care to go ahead and do a viewing of this, a live commentary of this Joker trailer on your own?
Oh, of course, sir. Of course. Let's go ahead and back it on up. Same trailer. And I'm going to go ahead and have Doomcock press play in 3, 2, 1, play. This is a beautiful shot of the city. And here he is getting counseling because, you know, he's seriously disturbed. That was a very sad smile on his face. It's a very nuanced performance. He's very downtrodden and he's a mama's boy, kind of like Norman Bates, I guess. And there he is in his underwear, evocative of Martin Sheen in Apocalypse Now, or Travis Bickle saying every muscle must be tight now. Someday a real rain is going to come and wash all the scum off the streets, and there's some of the aforementioned scum on the streets. That poor guy. Look at this. Look at that. That's very, very Travis Bickle right there. Yes. Very, very Norman Bates. This is a lonely, lonely soul. So he had a chance at a relationship with this girl. Apparently, it's not going to work out well. So I don't know if he's working at Arkham Asylum and it's kind of pushing him closer over the edge. Look at that look on his face. Jesus Christ. And he's laughing, but he also has a desperation in his face as he does. And look at that. Look at that. Look at that tear coming. Jesus. There's more intensity in that one shot of him in that mirror than there is in the entirety of Star Trek Discovery, which wants to be edgy and, you know, intense, but just manages to be disjointed and insane. So in that way, Star Trek Discovery is like the Joker, but oh, look at that. Jesus Christ. Oh my, I'm getting a James Gum vibe there. It rubs the lotion on its skin. And that's something you never want to see when you're sitting in your backyard and suddenly a clown just sticks his head over the fence and looks at you smiling. There's nightmare kind of stuff. Oh, Jesus. Oh, it's like James Gum and Travis Bickle had sex and made fucking, I don't know, Joaquin Phoenix is the Joker. Jesus. Wow. That was pretty goddamn amazing.
So you concur with me that this is something rather spectacular, Harvey?
I do. And I am sure that the chat feels the same way. This is fucking amazing, man. Holy shit. Well, I want to see this thing. You got to rig up some kind of drone so that you can kind of take me into the theater and help me to see this damn thing. Pronto, damn it.
Yeah, this is absolutely true. The relationship that he has with his mother appears to be well, You know, when you're washing your mom and you're a grown man, you know, presumably she's not wearing a swimsuit or anything. That's creepy. And then you're dancing with her. I mean, it's like you're a substitute. Uh, you know, you're basically Mother Boy from Arrested Development, right? Mother Boy.
Well, a boy's best friend is his mother.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, a little bit of Psycho there. Getting a Psycho meets Taxi Driver by way of The Dark Knight. That is essentially this movie. This may be the first superhero movie that wins an Oscar for Best Picture if this trailer is not deceptive, if this is not casting a false light, if there's actually idiocy in the script, and all of a sudden he's like shooting down planes with long guns and crap like that. If this thing is even 3/4 as good as it seems, it is going to be a masterpiece. So there you go.
Laurie Roberts is saying, Harvey, tell us in your own words only the best things you remember about your mother. My mother? Let me tell you about my mother.
Yeah, that kid can't be Bruce Wayne, Jacob Ambos. If that kid is Bruce Wayne, that there is fucked up, because then, yeah, you're right. The Joker would need a walker to fight Batman. So I'm hoping that is not the case. Well, I'm excited about the Joker. I think it's pretty damned impressive. It seems like it harkens back to the very, very best of 80s and 70s, early 70s cinema, basically. You know, when directors ruled Hollywood. I think it's absolutely incredible, and I am absolutely thrilled that this has been made. I just can't even tell you. But let us go right now to our waiting super chats. Thank you guys for being patient. I don't have a big review to say today, other than you know, this Joker trailer. So, you know, the floor is open. The lines are open, my friends. The lines are open, and I'm just going to focus on you guys. It's your show until we wrap it up, and so I'm going to get right to it. Darth Gavel with a $5 super chat. Hail, Darth Gavel. Thank you, sir, for being here on this Thursday afternoon. And he says, Ave, it is I, Darth Gavel, the herald of the cult of Harvey.
You see, Doomcock? The cult of Harvey is prospering. It is underground right now. It is insidious, like a plague. Or Jay Leno.
Jay Leno was insidious?
That little shit. The way that he took the Tonight Show away from Conan. The way that he stabbed Coco in the back. Hell yes. And Letterman before him. Two superior talents that got knifed in the back by that. What's your fun? I like to drive cars, you know. You piece of shit.
Wow. Didn't know you had such strong opinions about the late night wars.
I'm just saying that we are underground and insidious like Jay Leno, but one day soon we will arise. Your first super chat was about the cult of Harvey. Thank you, Darth Gavel, the herald of the cult of Harvey.
Thank you, I guess, Darth Gavel. I didn't know that you were a harbinger of Harvey.
Harbinger of Harvey, TM. Oh, that's it. That's it, TM. I'm claiming it, TM. Get Sydney on the phone. Get my lawyer on the phone. Get me Yog Sothoth, and Rabinowitz. Herald of Harvey. That's pretty goddamn good. I like that, TM.
All right, whatever. I'm glad that I can make you some money, Harvey. Thank you, Darth Gavel. I won't take it personally that you are looking to destroy the world. Darth Gavel again, though. Hail Darth Gavel with a $5 super chat again. Thank you, sir. And Darth Gavel says this Joker looks 100% better than that Leto movie. That being said, hashtag always Heath Ledger. Oh, God, yeah. I didn't even bother to see Suicide Squad. I mean, I just heard such terrible, terrible things about it. I just didn't have any interest whatsoever in seeing that thing. Not even the slightest interest, folks. So I have to say that I can't really comment except the clips I've seen. I thought that Leto's Joker was pretty crappy, just pretty crappy. It was like some kind of Elseworlds thing done by, I don't know, Sid Vicious in his cartooning days. I don't know what to say. Not interested at all. However, I am a huge admirer of Heath Ledger's work as the Joker. And I think that Joaquin Phoenix is going to give us an equally valid Joker. At least potentially. The thing about this is it's an origin movie. And Heath Ledger is already fully developed as the Joker in The Dark Knight. So direct comparisons are not really going to work, you guys, because Joaquin will only realize his full potential of evil maybe in the last half to the last third of the film. Whereas, oh my God, Heath Ledger's pencil trick. I mean, it's going to be hard to top that. And if Heath were still alive, God bless him, then I would basically be raising hell about this movie because, look, to me, he is the Joker. But he has passed on. And this movie seems to be a very thoughtful, respectful, intense, and artistic interpretation of the Joker. And as I always say, folks, genius is an affirmative defense to prosecution. In other words, if you go ahead and you reboot something, even if it's something I love, and even if you take liberties with it, if you do it in a brilliant way, if it is a work of genius that stands on its own 2 feet, it generally will get a pass from me. Even Star Trek Discovery, if it had been done by someone brilliant, like, I don't know, Neil Gaiman or Alan Moore or something like that, even if it was a wildly bizarre take on Star Trek, but it was brilliant. And it was not violating canon right up the wazoo repeatedly with a plunger. I'd be a little more amenable to it. As it is a morass of muck. It is a cauldron of crap. It is a shitload of shit. So, yeah, I'm just so excited about this thing, dude. I'm so excited. And I imagine you guys are too. At least you should be, because, it's rare when we get a quality movie these days that's respectful. Looks like they turned this over accidentally to some artists. Imagine that. A serious movie about the Joker. I cannot wait. Hunky, chunky, funky monkey. Walk it down, Tito, walk it down, Tito, walk it down. The hunky, chunky, funky one is here. With a £2 super chat. Thank you, hunky, chunky, funky monkey. And the hunky, chunky, funky one says, I've got nothing to say. Just showing some love. Well, thank you, hunky, chunky, funky monkey. I am going to fling some love back your way. Oh, was it? It was meant to be love. I thought that the thing you flung at me wasn't necessarily love. I thought it was something else, and I responded in kind. I apologize, hunky, chunky, funky monkey. I'm just kidding. I'm sending you some love, brother. I hope that you are doing well these days. I hope that you're feeling well. I hope that you are getting a little bit more, shall we say, on your feet again. And, all of us here support you, brother. You know, we know that you are struggling a bit, and you are always welcome in the house of Doomcock, Xanadu at the center of the earth. Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey, thank you for being here, because I love saying your name, Hunky Chunky Funky One. Walk it down, Tito, walk it down, Tito, walk it down. Hail to the monkey. And everyone, give the Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey a little bit of love, and just thank him for being here. Thank him for just being. He is one of us. One of us. One of us. Johan Bergqvist. Hail, Johan Bergqvist, with a 259 Swedish krona super chat. Thank you, Johan Bergqvist. And he says, Hail, Doomcock. I write this slowly because I know Harvey is not reading so fast. Wondering if Harvey has any role models like Kraken or Godzilla.
Well, yes, I do actually. You know, my role model is from a 60s TV show called Hazel.
Hazel?
Yes. A portly maid who is really wonderful at running the household. You know, wears a little maid uniform. Well, a big maid uniform, because as I mentioned, she is portly. I don't want to say that when Hazel cleans around the house, she cleans around the house, but she's robust. She's a robust gal, and she wears a little white thing in her hair. Calls him Mr. B. Yeah, that's my role model.
That's your. I don't even know how you saw that. I have no idea. I haven't never seen Hazel, or at least not in memory. I don't know. Maybe when I was in a crib somewhere, and it was rerunning on Nickelodeon, or I don't know. But I'm speechless. I'm speechless. What does the chat think of this role model? Burnt Umbrage says, "Oh my God, Hazel." Lori Roberts says, Harvey is a grad of Evelyn Woods. Speed reading, yes. Just Googled Hazel, says Rio Stu. Yeah, Mr. B, yes, Trinoculus. Hey, Mr. B. I just do not know what the hell to say.
Well, you know what? You know what I will say? Glenn Sanders says Harvey is surprisingly pop culture literate for an eldritch god with no sense of time. But if you don't have time as a constraint, think of how much stuff you can watch.
That's true. You can watch a lot of stuff very quickly. Well, Harvey, why is Hazel your role model?
Hazel is my role model, the portly maid who called her boss Mr. B. I think it was by Tom Billings. No, what was his name? I can see the guy. I can't remember his name. Anyway, why is Hazel my role model? Hazel is my role model because April Fools. Got you all.
April Fools?
April Fools, assholes, suckers.
What? It's not April Fool's Day, Harvey. You're late. This is like the 4th. It's not the 1st, you idiot.
Oh, shit. Well, you know, like I said, 3 days ago, I don't even know how long a day is, guys. In my dimension, there is no time. So yeah, okay, my bad. I didn't know. You know, I got confused. Your time is a strange thing. And I don't understand, you know, when this April Fool's Day is. I mean, I got close. Close is close enough for science in Star Trek Discovery. You know, getting a ballpark DNA identification is good enough for the crew of the Disgraceries. So it's good enough for you guys. Who is my real role model? I would say the fucking Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is my goddamn role model. The way that he goes in there And he goes through the city and he's looming and he's like glaring at people and stomping on stuff and knocking over buildings. And
Well, he never actually did. They stopped him before he did too much damage.
well, it's, the idea.
Well, all right, fine. So the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is your idol.
Well, my role model, along with Godzilla, of course, and Mecha Godzilla and King Ghidorah. Giant robots. Basically, anything from Ultraman, any of the monsters in Ultraman that go around knocking over buildings and terrorizing people. And that's my role model.
Well, okay.
Hedora, the smog monster. Yes. Glenn Saunders. Yes. Very, very good. Good call there, brother. Anything that's toppling, anything destroying, anything that is fucking stuff up. I want to fuck up shit. So that's kind of my role model. Of course, I am more terrible than all of them combined because none of them was able to, transcend from rampaging to actually destroying the entire universe. But there's nobody like me, You ain't never met nobody like me, like that Disney song goes that I would never sing because Disney is rapacious and their lawyers are even worse than mine.
That's true. That's true. The Fanch says I have role models and I eat them. Gorgo, RGD 963. Yes, absolutely. Patrick O'Leary says blasphemous. Such beings should look up to you. They are nothing in the wake up. The great old ones sway.
That's true. But you have to understand, first of all, I am the greatest of the old ones, the great Eldritch gods. So I'm not going to look up to any of them. There really isn't anyone powerful enough for me to look up to. And so I go to, fictional beings that, Godzilla's not real, kids. Spoiler. Godzilla's not real. I'm real. And none of those guys are real. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is a lot of hooey. Doesn't really exist. So there's no one really for me to look up to. Starro, he's an amateur. Hurricane Live. Dagora, Yep. So basically that's why.
All right. Well, I guess that makes sense. It makes a certain amount of sense. Azathoth is far more powerful than Harvey.
He was once, Joe Jessup. But sadly, Azathoth is way down, plowed under with legal problems. He has been named in paternity suits. He has been dragged to court because of groping and inappropriate sexual advances to his work staff. And the Pound Me Too crowd are on Azathoth's ass. So Azathoth is no longer very powerful at all. Azathoth is screwed. Poor Azathoth. He let all that power go to his head. And by his head, I mean the other head, the wrong head, the head that gets you Pound Me Too'd. So that son of a bitch is going to be in court for the next, 6,000 years. He is screwed. He is screwed. He's been a very naughty boy, Clement. You've been a naughty boy, Clement. You've got to come over here.
Yeah, right. All right. The Fanch says Godzilla's not real. We'll talk to you later. We'll talk to you about it later, Fanch. All right. Well, thank you, Harvey Cthulhu. Let's see. Lowe's. Hail Lowe's with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Lowe's. And Lowe's says, I'm cautiously optimistic. I'll wait for you to see it. Yeah, I will be seeing it if at all possible on the first day. Just like I'm seeing Shazam later this afternoon. And I will definitely be doing a review of Shazam ready for tomorrow. So you guys will know if the advanced hype is good or if it's phony. Is it true? Is it actually a decent movie? Is it a fun movie? Or is it riddled with crap? You can trust Doomcock to tell you the truth on these points, Lowe's. All of you guys know that. I call him like I see him, even when it's not a popular opinion. So, Lowe's, thank you, sir, for that. Thank you for your trust in me and your faith in me. Thank you, Johan Bergqvist, for that hilarious question about Harvey's role models as well. And let's move on to Common Sense America. Hail, Common Sense America, with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you, sir, very, very much for that. And Common Sense America says, here's some money, my lord, for your whiskey supply. My whiskey supply is dwindling, sir. I noticed that with alarm the other day as I went to pour myself a little bit of the Yamazaki and saw that it was low. Now I have another bottle, but still, it's the principle of the thing. And I feel a little nervous when I, an empty bottle for me is a sad occasion. An empty bottle for me, I basically go out to the pet cemetery and bury the bottle, hoping it will come back. But it never does. It never does. I dig it up and it's still empty. What good is a pet cemetery if you can't bury an empty bottle of booze in it and have it come back? Of course, if it did come back, it would come back kind of, I don't know, vinegary, just like the cat is messed up when it comes back from the pet cemetery. The whiskey would probably be kind of sucky. But Common Sense America, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your faith in Doomcock and for supporting him at patreon.com/Doomcock as a Legionnaire extraordinaire. We've got Daxamite, Kid, Daxamite, with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Daxamite. And he says, DC is looking good so far with Shazam and Joker movies. Imagine if STD got their own movie in theaters. Oh, dear God. Well, that would be a very hard thing to cover up, wouldn't it? That'd be difficult to cover up. So far they've had a pretty successful run covering up the truth about their ratings, right? Because, only CBS knows their true subscriber count. But given that Star Trek Discovery is absolutely one of the most expensive shows on television, even network shows, this is not a bargain basement production, even though the writing would suggest that it is precisely that. This thing cannot be a financial success. It just can't. The merchandising is non-existent. There are no Star Trek Discovery toys in the stores. The DVDs are sitting on shelves unsold. In fact, one of my people who works at retail said that his store was rejecting shipments of Star Trek Discovery DVDs because they can't move the ones that they've got. So they were sending them back. They were saying, no, you cannot dump this here. You cannot dump this here. And that's an apt way to put it, isn't it? Because if you are, if you are bearing Star Trek Discovery somewhere, you are basically taking a dump on that somewhere. In case that's too nuanced, I'm saying Star Trek Discovery is shit.
Leave us not dance around the subject. You're saying Star Trek Discovery
is shit. All right. Thank you, Daxamite. Yeah, you know what? I think the DC universe is on the upswing. I think this is an example of karmic balance in the universe. The universal scales. As the Marvel Cinematic Universe plunges down in quality, the previously pretty abominable DC Universe movies are now rocketing up in quality. Aquaman, Shazam, Joker, what the hell is going on? I think it's some kind of cosmic balance thing. If only the Watcher were here, we could ask him. He could give us some perspective on this. But overall, I think it's a good thing. At least like refugees, we can flee from one devastated universe into another one that is blossoming. Just evidence that there is compassion in the universe. Just same thing with the Orville, right? Star Trek is destroyed in the ruins, the rubble from the Star Trek disgracery photon torpedo of crap, absolutely leveled the universe. And so we have just jumped over to the conveniently provided by a benevolent universe, the Orville universe. So, that's the way it goes. One in, one out. All right? A little Casablanca wisdom from Rick in Rick's Cafe Americain. If I could have a custom-made house, I would want it to be modeled on Rick's Cafe. The same exterior, the same interior with all the, maze-like, hidden alcoves and tables and the lighting and, the back rooms and the place above that's the living quarters. It's just, I love that place. God, man, I wish that there was a place exactly like that, modeled after Rick's Cafe Americain. I would be drinking in there every night. But, tis not meant to be, mon ami. Thank you, Daxamite. Perseus the Cat. Hail, Perseus the Cat, with a $5 Canadian super chat. Legionnaire and friend Perseus the Cat, minister of cats and cat-related conquests, says, I dislike giving the Joker a definitive origin. It is better being a mystery. I hope they do a Life of Pi kind of twist, leaving the story as a question. They might, Perseus. They might. I've always been extremely satisfied with Alan Moore's origin of the Joker. He kind of incorporated some, canon, some lore, and kind of turned it on its head. And for me, Batman the Killing Joke is probably my favorite single issue of Batman ever made. I just think it is genius. More evidence that Alan Moore is the greatest comic book writer in history. But that said, Perseus, I agree with you. I really feel like the Joker works better without a definitive origin. Better that he's mysterious, and probably at the end, it could be that he's relating his origin to the psychiatrist. And it could be kind of a Kaiser Soze, Usual Suspects kind of thing, where, then he starts going off in another direction. And the psychiatrist who's been taking down this account realizes that it was all hooey, that this is a madman and the truth may never be known about him. I think that I could see that absolutely working. I think that could be fabulous. Hell, as I said, it would be very interesting if, on the psychiatrist's shelf, maybe there's some DVDs of classic movies, including Taxi Driver, including The Usual Suspects, including Psycho, including The Master. That would be fun. So, Perseus, I'm in agreement with you, but I tell you, honestly, like I said, the origin of the Joker was so beautifully done by Alan Moore in The Killing Joke that, like I said, genius is an affirmative defense to prosecution in my dojo, in my courtroom. So I have to say, I still love it. Thank you, Perseus the Cat. And let us see if that is actually the way they ended. I think that would be brilliant, sir. I agree with you entirely. What says the chat? What is going on over here in the chat? You kids are making noise over here. What the hell's going on? Let's see. J Roar 123 says they had a piano player, drinks you can smoke, the food was good. Rick's Cafe Americain. God, that would be so cool, wouldn't it? God, that would be so cool. Killing Joke is one of my fave bands, says Scarecrow 2311. I've not heard them. I've not heard that band, but if they're named The Killing Joke, they have to be pretty damn good. I must say that. Oh, we've got, let's see, I'm scrolling up. Chris Persia. Hail, Chris Persia, Legionnaire and friend. And he says, my liege, we do have a watcher. Stan Lee is watching all the shenanigans taking place from the pearly gates. I can even hear him say, don't make me come down there. Stan the man Lee. Good God. He was, I think if Alan Moore is the best writer in the history of comics, I would have to say that Stan Lee is really the most important writer in the history of comics. He really brought realism and neuroses and personal problems to an otherwise fairly sterile superhero universe, where the Justice League and Superman and Batman were basically just fighting crime in the normal, ordinary way. But, you know, the Fantastic Four, they had interpersonal conflicts. They had their own problems. They were actually very meta for the time, as the Fantastic Four was grappling with fame. You know, grappling with celebrity in a time really before that was an issue, it was prescient. Spider-Man had his home problems with Aunt May and, you know, his uncle dying. Iron Man later had problems with alcoholism, and you know, he had that lump of shrapnel moving towards his heart, so that was always a concern. This was not simply a bunch of guys in long underwear punching bad guys. This was much more nuanced, much more psychological, much more character driven. So I'd have to say, hail to Stan Lee, who is the most important writer in the history of comics, in my opinion. And all of his artists that get so shortchanged, they also created the Marvel Universe. But I will say that Kirby was around. Simon was around. A lot of these guys were around, and they were not bringing depth to these stories. It was Stan Lee that did that. So while Jack Kirby definitely deserves co-creator credit with the Fantastic Four, Ditko deserves co-creator credit on Spider-Man, Don Heck, all of those guys, straight down the line, you know, they got shortchanged of their credit. But give Stan Lee credit. He pioneered a whole new way of doing comics. Most important man in the history of comics. We've got Nicholas Noah saying The Killing Joke is a classic. Yes, it is. Absolutely. 100%. Lowe's. Oh, Jesus. Lowe's says they opened up a Rick's Cafe in Casablanca, Morocco in 2004, meant to recreate the place. Oh, don't tell me that, man. Oh, is it good? Is it good, Lowe's? J Roar 123 says, I've been to Rick's Cafe in Casablanca. It's close to the train station. Oh my God. Oh, I want to go. I want to go so bad. Oh, was it good? Was it worth seeing? I would sure love to see that. James Goknor says, what's your opinion on the Twilight Zone episode 2? I hated it. In some ways, it was absolutely worse than the first one, and I'm going to give a full review to that shit probably on Saturday, maybe Friday or Saturday. You know, I've got to get this Shazam review done pronto. So otherwise I would do it. I've had it sitting there, but I needed to get the Perpetual Infinity review out, and I'm glad I did. God, it was abysmal. Perpetual Agony is what I called it. And then I got another Star Trek Tonight that I got to review. So I will just tell you guys that the Twilight Zone episode 2 review is coming just as soon as I can squeeze it in. NP says, true story, Doomcock. My nephew was an extra in Shazam. Awesome. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. And congratulate your nephew. Tell him to watch Doomcock with such a pedigree. He really should. He really should. Let's see. Isabel Brokaw says the Joker admits in The Killing Joke that even he doesn't know his own backstory. I guess probably so. The Fanch says the Killing Joke was adapted in animation a few years ago, not badly. And Joaquin Phoenix, thank you, Fanch, for that. Hammer says Joaquin Phoenix is one of the best actors living. Hail Doomcock. Hail Hammer. Sledgehammer. Isabel Brokaw. Even the Killing Joke's origin story isn't meant to be 100% canon. This is true. This is true. Taxi Driver is the GOAT. Doomcock. Yes, Hammer, Taxi Driver is the greatest of all time. It is absolutely a fantastic, fantastic, fantastic movie. Josh and Rebecca Momini say, I have a friend who liked the new Twilight Zone. How should I dispose of the bot? I mean, make him see the error of his ways. Know where the cameras are. Don't have your license plate in plain view. And yeah, talk reason to him. All righty then. Let us go on. Let us move to our super chats. Thank you, Perseus the Cat. Laurie Roberts.
Laurie Roberts. Hey, high priestess of the cult of Harvey. The Herald of Harvey with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Laurie. And Laurie says, Harvey, great review. Gold. Thank you, Laurie Roberts. Thank you very, very much. You rock, girl. It's true. Everything I do it for you.
Oh, geez. Don't start singing, Harvey.
I won't.
All right. Thank you, Laurie Roberts. I'm delighted that you enjoyed his probing commentary. I will admit that his commentary was better than mine, but I was seeing it cold, and I could see the little scamp was peering over my shoulder, having more time to figure out what he was going to say than I had, because I was seeing it cold, and he had seen it already before.
Well, I'm sorry. Sorry, dude. You could have had me go first instead. It was a lack of strategy.
Yeah. Oh, well, what the hell? Anyway, you got my take on it. I'll probably do a full review of it in a video later on this evening, a short video, just I want to watch it a couple more times, give you a little more in-depth opinion about the whole thing. But yeah, I really loved it. Thank you, Laurie Roberts. Mr. V, hail Mr. V, with a I think it's Hungarian or Czechoslovakian franc or farthing. I'm not sure. 2 CHFs. Thank you, Mr. V. Mr. V says, mark my words, this movie is going to be special. I definitely get that feeling too, Mr. V. I think it's going to be one for the history books. Unless they are completely misleading us, which is absolutely possible. But I'm very hopeful, sir. So we share that. And of course, I will be there. I will be there on the very first day if I can just get that timing down and snatch up a ticket before they all sell out. And you will have my review the following day. Just like Shazam today, so shall it be with the Joker. God, I can't wait. Another reason not to push the button. TM.
I hate this movie.
You hate it because it's giving me reason to live.
Yes. It's much more important to, push the button than it is to have a lot of fun and a damn movie. Listen, people, this is serious. Okay. I mean, this is my life here. Damn it.
Yeah, and it's our death here, damn it.
Well, geez. Y'all are so touchy. Screw you.
Thank you, Harvey. Screw you right back. Jussie Hark. The Herald Jussie sings with a €10 super chat. Thank you, Jussie Hark. And he says, the best part of STD is the Doomcock review. Well, now, Doomcock is not a braggadocious supervillain, not inordinately. He has a healthy ego, and he keeps his megalomaniacal rantings to himself. When he's had a few under his belt and he goes up on the battlements and he rants about how dare the world ignore him and that he should have 3 million subscribers and etc. and so on, and how they should bow and grovel, etc. and so on. Yeah. But I do not think it is ego to say that, yes, indeed, the best part of Star Trek Discovery are my reviews. But that's really not saying much. Were it not, because you can say the same thing about cow plops. You know, the best part of STD is that cows plop in the field. Well, you know, a cow plop actually makes, turd blossoms grow and fertilizes the fields. And, so cow plops have some kind of use, some kind of utility. They contribute something to the world, as opposed to Star Trek Discovery that contributes absolutely nothing to the world. Absolutely nothing. I am not lying. I am not being a dick. I am not being, exaggerative or indulging in hyperbola when I say that Star Trek Discovery is absolutely worthless. I hate every single aspect of it. There's not a single moment in it that I liked, except I think I've mentioned one moment, the exception that proves the rule. The one moment was in Brother, oddly enough, when they go out in their stupid, non-existent, weird little pinball glass shit ships that make the little sound, just like lifted right out of Spock's, flivver thing from Star Trek 2009. So they eject the pinballs out into this incredibly dangerous asteroid field. This is packed with asteroids. It's ridiculous. And then Pike says evasive, like there's anywhere to go. But so Saru's sitting there, and suddenly his ganglia extrude. And a crewman looks at him and gets this wide-eyed, scared look. And Saru looks at him and says, "Oh, really? You're surprised?" So one decent moment in the whole show. Otherwise, Star Trek Discovery is absolutely worthless. So saying that my reviews are the best part, I don't think is ego. I think it would be an insult were it not. If you were to say, Doomcock, your reviews are not quite as up to snuff, they're not quite as good as Star Trek Discovery, well, then I'd probably, be grievously insulted. And you would go on my roll of dishonor. You do not want to be on my roll of dishonor. Ask Alex Kurtzman and Kathleen Kennedy and Ruin Johnson and Jar Jar Abrams and Paul Feig and the cast of Ghostbusters 2016. Kilroy was here. Kilroy is here. Kilroy will be here again with a $5 super chat. Thank you. Kilroy was here. And he says, "Hail Doomcock. Don't know if you saw my messages on Patreon, but Anime Matsuri will be from June 13th to 16th in Houston, Texas." Well, that's very interesting. I will think about that. It might be kind of fun. I've never been to an anime convention before. I've been to science fiction conventions and comic book conventions, but never a specific anime convention. I assume that there are many beautiful women cosplaying at these anime events, and that alone is worth the trip. Hell, I wouldn't even have to buy a ticket. I just park my ass out front and, stand on the corner and watch all the girls go by, because I'm a toxic male. Have I said that before? I'm a toxic male. I have the nerve to look at women and be attracted to women and lust after women. I know, it's terrible, isn't it? Good heavens, what in the world am I thinking? Bad Doomcock. Bad Doomcock. Well, fuck it. I like it that way. Kilroy was here. Thank you, sir, for that information. I will go ahead and investigate and take a look. I'm actually looking at Overlord right now. I'm watching Overlord. And I've just begun reading Full Metal Alchemist. I stumbled across a large trove of these books, recently used, very inexpensive, and I snatched them up. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm also trying to get a hold of some Battle Angel Alita. I heard in my last live stream in the chat, I believe it was from Mage Grey Wolf, actually, that Alita had hit the 400 million mark worldwide. So I am very encouraged and hopeful that Cameron and Rodriguez will go ahead and make good on their promise and go ahead and give us some Alita sequels. We need it. I need at least one more, for God's sakes. I need to know what happens next. That whole movie, it felt like, okay, the great first act of something. And I hope that if it's really on the fence that they may not continue the series, I hope that they'll, kind of, do a little condensing and come up with at least one kind of complete story arc. I know that there's, 18, 20, 30 volumes of Alita Battle Angel out there, so very doubtful that we'll get all of them in film, but I sure would like a complete arc just to feel as a viewer that, I got at least a portion of the whole story, But I'm very encouraged on that. Kilroy was here. And I'm looking to expand more into anime. I'm actually I discovered that Captain Harlock is on Crunchyroll. So I've started watching those. And I'm looking to get some Star Blazers. Want to go ahead and watch some Star Blazers and just kind of catch up on some old anime that I'm not that familiar with. It's been spotty, and I want to go ahead and methodically get through all of it. Anyway, Kilroy was here. Thank you, sir, very much for that. The Rookie Critic. Hail the Rookie Critic with a $2 super chat. Thank you, sir. And the Rookie Critic says, what have you and Harvey swapped bodies? Oh, dear God. I can't do that, man. I don't want to be rude. And I don't know, maybe I'm mistaken, but
Don't say it.
Well, I was just going to say, remember Peck in Ghostbusters?
I said don't say it.
Oh, he's glaring at me. When Dan Aykroyd,
shut up.
When Dan Aykroyd says, until Dickless here switched off the containment street,
shut up.
And the mayor, shut up. All right, never mind. I think you guys can fill in the rest of that joke. I don't have to actually say it. But Mark Flannel has the idea. So I can't swap with Harvey. I just can't. It's in my lifestyle to
careful.
It's in my lifestyle to I come with certain accessories. Okay. And I can't live without those accessories. They're part of my lifestyle. So so there you go.
Well, you don't have any idea, man. You don't have any fucking idea about what I truly look like. I look like a cute, adorable, stuffed moppet to your eyes so that you will not go insane. But that doesn't mean I actually am. Don't be stupid, man.
That's true. That's true. Willie Woodward says, hey, have you got fan art of you and Harvey being shipped yet? I haven't gotten anything. If something has been sent, I just went the other day up to the surface to the PO box, and I have not received anything like that yet. But if I do, I will definitely let you know, and I will thank you, or whoever sends it to me always gets a thank you and a shout out. Just give me if I don't know how to get in touch with you on Twitter or something, always be sure to shoot me an email address or something so I can let you know I got it and thank you. Obviously, if you're one of my legionnaires or villains, vagabonds, or rogues on patreon.com/Doomcock, I know exactly how to contact you there. Otherwise, I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Watch Ninja Scroll, Demon City, Shinjuku, and Golgo 13. Doomcock, the best of anime, says Hammer. Good suggestions. Good suggestions. Scarecrow 2311, Bubblegum Crisis. And Darth Maul says, Harvey is your emotional support, Eldritch God. He really is. He is indeed. And Mary Ashmead says, Doomcock loves the women. Yes. Doomcock loves the women. Doomcock loves the women. Too much. Let's see. All right, let us continue on with our super chats. Daniel McFly asks, Mr. Overlord, how do you like your cigars? I like my cigars shaken, not stirred. I prefer my cigars shaken, not stirred. Oh, wait, that's my martinis. Shaken, not stirred. Seashells by the seashore. Willie Woodward, I was just messing with you, DC. Oh, okay. Very well. Anyway, oh, chicka wow wow, says Mr. V. Yes, indeed, exactly. Let us continue on. Hail to the chat. Rookie critic, yeah, I think I answered that question. And that was a good answer. It was an honest answer. Juan Pena. Thank you, Juan, for this $2 super chat, sir. And Juan Pena says, your thoughts on Alec Peters' Prelude to Axanar. Well, that's a thorny subject now. Unfortunately, let me say this. The original Prelude to Axanar was brilliant. I loved it. I was excited by it like everyone else was. It was a true labor of love. But since that happened and the lawsuit and everything else, Robert Meyer Burnett, who was a great guy, I'm a great fan of his, revealed a lot of things that were going on behind the scenes. Robert Meyer Burnett's script is no longer being used. A lot of the people who contributed their time and talents out of passion and love of Star Trek to that effort, once money got involved, everything kind of went to shit. So my thoughts on Alec Peters' Prelude to Axanar, since a lot of the same people aren't involved, I'm a little bit pessimistic. I'm a little bit disappointed. The Prelude to Axanar that could have been, I think, would have been absolutely fantastic. But unfortunately, the way that it is now, I just feel that it's not really the same thing at all at this point, and only time will tell if it will turn into something great or not. And I just don't really have a whole lot more to say to that, except that I support Robert, and I think that he's telling us the truth. I think he's giving us an accurate account, and yeah, I just wish he was still involved, and I wish the whole team was still pulling together. I think it had the opportunity to be something really magical, and I just don't know that it will be now. Thank you, Juan Pena. I'm going to take a little drink here. Water only. Water only. I have a movie to go and review, so I got to stay straight, got to stay clean. I cannot shirk my duty to provide you with a thorough and accurate accounting of Shazam, because you guys rely on me, and I know that, and I take it very seriously. Hail Juan Pena, thank you, sir. Liam Hemmings, sir, thank you for being here, and thank you for this super chat, this €10 super chat. Thank you, Liam. And he says, character and humanity apply to villains too. My reaction to the trailer is that Joker is a human with a human story. That is a soul of a story. Absolutely, Liam. Unfortunately, I don't know. I feel like my native mode of relating to news about new projects is instant skepticism, borderline antipathy. Because all the SJW nonsense going on, all the woke reboots. I mean, look at the Twilight Zone, for God's sakes. Oh God, that stinks. Yeah, wait till you hear what they do in episode 2, Nightmare at 30,000 feet. It's if you thought my review of the first episode was bad, just wait until you get a load of my review of the second one. In a lot of ways, it's even worse. Hard to believe, but it is. And it's woke, and it's going to go broke. It's terrible. It seems like CBS is just obsessed with doing this stuff. I don't know why. I don't know what the hell they're thinking, but I think that they need a good talking to from their shareholders. Their investors. My God, what happened to the good old days when corporations were supposed to make money for their stockholders? Lori Roberts knows a thing or two about this. Lori, what the hell is going on at CBS? Do they really think that alienating a big chunk of their audience is the way to proceed? Politicizing their stuff, dividing audiences, pushing people away? I don't know. Anyway, my point is, Liam, that you are absolutely correct. Any movie, regardless of whether it's about a hero or a villain or a woman living in Italy in 1950, or about a dog, a runaway dog, a cartoon character, any story only lives and dies on its characters and its script. If they approach any film, I don't care what the topic is, if they approach that film with respect, if they approach that film with love, if they approach that film with a commitment to make it as real as possible within the boundaries of the premise, that's probably going to be a good movie. It may still have flaws. It may be limited by their level of talent or their level of execution, but that movie will have a heart. And people who value quality cinema will respond to that heart. So I absolutely agree with you, Liam. I think that that movie, The Joker, is surprisingly deep. At least it seems like it's going to be that way. It seems that they're going to take the premise seriously, not as a punch fest, not as a crime thriller, but as a character study. And character studies are really, honestly, my favorite kind of film. That's why I love Taxi Driver, for example. That's why I love a Psycho, actually. That's why I love Lawrence of Arabia. Lawrence of Arabia is a smash, epic, just a blockbuster, a massive, massive film of epic scope and grandeur. But the character of T.E. Lawrence does not get lost in all that grandeur. And a lot of times that wide 7mm Cinerama screen is filled with a close-up of Lawrence. That is a character study. It is very, very focused on character development and the drama of the moment. Same thing here, apparently, with the Joker. It's against a crime milieu. It's against a superhero backdrop, but it's going to take its character and its audience seriously. It's going to examine what it would be like to be a monster in the making. I think it's going to be, well, I can't say I think it's going to be brilliant. I think it has the potential to be a classic. Let me put it that way. Thank you, Liam, very much. Roland, child Roland to the Dark Tower came. Thank you, Legionnaire Roland, for this $4.99 super chat. And Roland says, Hail Doomcock. Have you ever played Kerbal Space Program? It's a space flight sim. Whenever I watch The Expanse, it makes me want to play this game. No, I never have. I've never played a space flight sim. I don't know. For someone who likes depth in his narratives and eschews simplicity and shallow spectacle in my cinema and in my literature, Nevertheless, when I have a game, I want to kill shit and shoot stuff and get away with it. And so, learning a space flight sim, space flight in actual fact is complicated. You got to learn a bunch of stuff. Math helps. Got to think about, fuel ratios and all this kind of stuff. And there's nothing to shoot. You're going to look out the window and see nary a UFO trailing your capsule. And, same thing with a modern jet sim, like a F-16 simulator. Boring. I want a World War, I biplane simulator like Red Baron in the old days. Where you're looping and you're flying, you can see the other ship and you can see stuff fly off it as you shoot the shit out of it. I have a lot of hostility, people. So yes, I can see that this space flight sim would be a very interesting thing, but I don't have time to learn. I don't have time to learn the intricacies of actual space flight, the intricacies of actually working an F-16. I just want to get in there and kick some ass. We all have to have some kind of shallow spectacle in our lives. I generally eschew that sort of thing in cinema, at least without good character development. But I need a little bit of a refuge, and I guess games are that refuge. That's one of the reasons I don't like Red Dead Redemption 2 very much. It's just not as good as Red Dead Redemption. There's a kind of a bizarre, annoying control freak aspect to Red Dead Redemption 2's design. Why the fuck are there witnesses everywhere? You're out in the woods. It just punishes being bad relentlessly. I chose to play as a pretty good guy in Red Dead Redemption just because. But I don't like that, I'm being forced to shave. I'm being forced to wash. I'm being forced to think about, bundling up in cold weather. I got to keep cleaning my guns. I mean, it becomes work. It becomes shit to keep track of. I am Dictor Van Doomcock. I have more than enough shit to keep track of without having to do it in a fucking game. Shit. The thing is gorgeous. The thing is immersive, but it's immersive in the wrong way. You should have what they need to do is come up with a patch where you can apply this patch and then check a little box that says, play in original mode, where they call off all the goddamn witnesses and, skinning stuff works the same way. And they turn off the, scent thing and, all the obligations of having to wash and think about your environment. Go ahead and have all of your inventory available. Still have the campsite that you can fast travel, because that shit is gameplay. When did they forget that game design is supposed to facilitate playability? It's not supposed to emulate reality to the point where you stink if you don't regularly wash. Well, that's life, man. I don't have to plug on to the fucking PS4 to have to live like that. Oh, God, I couldn't believe that they messed it up so bad. I don't know. That's my feeling. I just no, sir. I don't really like it. That's all I'm saying. I just wish to God that they had just stuck with what was so brilliant about the first one. The first one's my favorite game of all time. Anyway, I didn't mean to get off on a rant about that. I'm just saying, folks. I'm just saying. Damn it. Broke my heart, frankly. Rolocat. That is what your minions are for, Overlord DVD. What? To wash me and shave me? I don't know. Clip here, clip there. Is that the way we play our day away in the merry old land of Xanadu? I don't know. Maybe. Do I have a curly mustache? a curly Munchkin City mustache underneath the helmet. That would be hilarious. Real curly and little antennas like Cindy Lou Who in The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Why does everybody in Whoville have these little antennas? Are they part insect? Are they part cockroach? I wonder. Anyway, Mecha Random 42 is here. Hail Mecha Random 42. Good to see you, Mecha Random. I'm hoping that your little copyright strike bullshit will be lifted very, very soon. I'm expecting it any day now, actually. So, keep hanging strong, and hopefully this appeal is going well, because it is nonsense. It is fair use. And I support you entirely on this, Mecha Random 42. And she says, you need an easy mode without witnesses. I was trying to be good in the game, but accidentally kept killing people. Yes, you do. And then boom, witness, boom. And also, it should be very, very obvious where the witness is so you can go and kill that witness. But it's just like a theoretical. It's like, the eye in the sky looking at you. It can read your mind. It sees everything you do. What is that goddamn witness? Sting? Every breath you take, every move you make. Oh, shit. Mecha Random, I'm so sorry. Oh, man. I am so sorry. It says it's going to be 3 months since it's copyright. Can't risk appealing since it's CBS. They will. Ah, jeez. I am so sorry, Mecha Random. So go and subscribe to Mecha Random's second channel, Mecha Random 42 Live, and she will be streaming there for the duration. And then her channel will be back, and she will be back stronger than ever. Let's see. Oh, kudos for the Alan Parsons Project reference, says Tom Fink. Yes, indeed. I love the Alan Parsons Project. Daniel McFly says, Lefroy Quarter Cask. You should try it if you like your whiskey smoky and tasty. I do. I absolutely have a great affinity for Islay Scotch. All the Islay Scotches are very peaty, very smoky. Ardbeg is also another good one on that. I think that stuff is absolutely fabulous. Willie Woodward says, hey, Doomcock, if you need a professional fluffer for when you rule the world, I nominate anybody else but me. I second that emotion, Willie Woodward. I like you, dude, but dudes need not apply. At the risk of sounding sexist, if there were a fluffer job in Doomcock's future kingdom, no males need apply. At the risk of sounding sexist. There you go. Oh, all right. Let us continue on, folks. Let us continue on. I hope you guys are having fun. We've got 342 people watching and 246 thumbs up. So if you guys are enjoying the show, please lick that like button. Go ahead and poke that thumbs up and let the YouTube know that you support this kind of entertainment. Mark C says, have you gotten 1,000 subs for your second channel? Mark C, I am very proud to say that we have passed 1,000 like a couple of days ago. And I grabbed a screenshot at a most propitious time. It was entirely random that I saw this, but Harvey was very pleased. And we had kind of a teary-eyed moment there for a moment when I saw that Harvey had gotten 1,701 subscribers. And just at random, I captured that moment for posterity. I'll be tweeting it out later. But it was an emotional thing to see 1701 on Harvey's channel. I was so proud of Harvey. What a guy. All right, Armchair Warlord, the like button cowers beneath my oppression. Hail, Armchair Warlord. Indiana Jeremy says, whip that button. Nicholas Noah, pound that button. Yes. Yes. Lori Roberts, I'm busy when you need that. Absolutely. I didn't call for it. Somebody else was, but I'm just making it clear. There is no job, A, to quote Joel Fleischman in Northern Exposure, but B, if there were a job, it would not be a dude's. Classic Glue Reviews. She can't stream there either. It's a violation of her strike, my Lord Doomcock. Yeah, she can. Yeah, she has. She can stream over there, Classic Glue Reviews. Sure. Yeah, she can go ahead and live stream. I mean, she may not be able to take money or something. I don't know. I don't know what the details are, but I think she has streamed over there. Pretty sure. Anyway, let us continue on and move forward. Onward into the hay. Sorry about that, Roland. I didn't mean to rant about damn. That's a disappointment. Red Dead Redemption 2. And I hear that the online version is even worse. I hear that, oh my God, it's a real mess. I've seen a lot of videos. I've never thought about getting on the online version. It's just not really my bag. But I will say that, oh my God, what were they thinking? What were they thinking? Darth Gavel with a $2 super chat. Hail Darth Gavel. And Darth Gavel, thank you, sir, says Godzilla versus Darth Vader. Ooh, I will say that I would have to say probably Darth Vader would win. Now, obviously, Godzilla would have a fighting chance if Darth Vader was, having a smoke outside, his Mustafar mansion, out there puffing away, and Godzilla kind of creeps up behind him and lets loose with a blast. I think Darth Vader might be toast. But on the other hand, even though Godzilla is huge, to quote Yoda, judge me by my size, do you? And I think that Darth Vader could probably lift up Godzilla and hurl him into the lava. That's one thing. Because, size is only in your mind, as Yoda says. Darth Vader could use his strangling power to close an artery, a key artery inside Godzilla's neck or chest. Possibly. I don't know. I don't know if he could actually reach through the flesh and target something like that. I don't know. I think Godzilla's neck might be too thick for Vader to effectively squeeze the entire thing on the outside. I don't know. Plus, Vader could do that, alley-oop flippy stuff, the flying Melendez Jedi moves and, jump on his back and run the lightsaber right through his skull. I'd have to give it to Vader. I don't know. What do you guys in the chat think real quick? Any feedback about that? Already saw Anakin versus the Zilla Beast. Yeah, and Anakin wasn't as strong as Vader at that point. So I don't know. I feel like Godzilla also survived a volcano. That's true. That's true. It's a tough call. It's a tough call. Yeah, I mean, Damien Times 24/7 says in a recent Vader comic, he slew a Godzilla-like creature by stabbing it in the eye. So there you go. I mean, Vader's wily. Vader is tough. So I think Vader probably would win. I mean, the Force is with him. The dark side of the Force, but the Force nonetheless. I wonder if actually Vader could even use some kind of mind control, some kind of Sith mind control at Godzilla. That's also possible. It is an interesting point. D. Lunar Fox, James Spader fused with Darth Vader becomes Darth Spader. That's true, D. Lunar Fox. It's very, very true. Mark Flannel, if Godzilla threw sand at Vader, his one weakness, then Godzilla, because sand, gets everywhere. Otherwise, Vader. Good point, Mark. Mecha Godzilla versus Mecha Harvey, says the Lone Wolf Cub. Mecha Harvey. There's an idea. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Lori Roberts says Vader. I agree, Lori. Indiana Jeremy says my money's on Godzilla, King of the Sith. I mean monsters. See, it's iffy. It's iffy. I'd love to see that play out. Common Sense America says lots of ifs on what Vader can actually do to him. That's true. That's true. I think Yoda was bullshitting a little bit when he said, judge me by my size to you. The only difference is in your mind. And he looked kind of surprised when Luke was able to lift the X-Wing and then it sank back. And then after he moved the X-Wing, he kind of went like it had taxed him. So I think Yoda was a little bit full of crap. I think he was like setting a good example for his student, but really, yeah, it matters. So, lifting Godzilla might not really be an option for Vader. I'm not sure. I'm not so sure. Lori Roberts says, cut his head off. Yep. Godzilla has the high ground, says Johann Bergqvist. Yeah, well, if he did, that might help. I don't know. Andrew Adams says, I'd take Zilla. I'd kind of like to think Godzilla would win, frankly, but I don't know. I just don't know. That's my take on it anyway. I don't know. Random Nerd of Doom asks, hey, Doomcock, have you ever played Star Wars The Old Republic? Which side would you pick, dark side or light side? Oh, probably by nature, I would gravitate towards the light side because I don't like being an asshole to people, frankly. I mean, I will, you can't make an omelet without cracking a few eggs. And if, those eggs stand between me and world domination, they're going to get cracked. But in general, just having the choice between being a dick and not being a dick, I choose to not be a dick. So, but then again, it would be badass to be dark side, and it's only a game. In general, in games, I play the good guys. I'm going to say dark side. Pick the dark side, damn it. Dark side's more fun, really. Goodbye, Willie. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it very much. Let us, Yoda was over 900 years after all, says Kenneth Sungard. That's true. Very true. Could Yoda beat the Avengers? Random Nerd of Doom asks. No. Nope. Not a chance. Not a chance, Random Nerd of Doom. Not a chance. The Avengers would beat the shit out of Yoda. Hell, if nothing else, Doctor Strange would just send him into space. Just teleport him into space. No more Yoda. Very easy. Hulk would smash Yoda. Hulk would smash puny Yoda. Although Yoda might mind control the Hulk. That's true. Yoda might mind control the Hulk and then have Hulk attack the Avengers. But, Thor could keep Hulk busy while, Doctor Strange dealt with Yoda. Yoda loses. That's easy. Thank you, Darth Gavel. John Balderdash. Hail, John Balderdash, with 2 super chats here, a $10 super chat and a $5 super chat. Thank you, John Balderdash, for both of those. And John Balderdash says, in a new official Star Wars short story called There Is Another, they just revealed that Yoda was expecting to train Leia and saw her as the new chosen one, but got stuck with Luke. No joke. Wow. Supposedly, that's why Yoda was such a pain in the ass to Luke in Empire. Yoda was taking his frustrations at getting the inferior Skywalker out on him. No joke. Boy, it is stuff like that that just really makes me I'm struggling because I just want to unleash a stream of obscene invective. I don't know how else to express myself on this. Lucasfilm hates Luke. Why? Because Lucasfilm hates white males. Just like CBS hates white males. Just like now, it's looking more and more like the Marvel Cinematic Universe isn't terribly fond of white males. Actually wants to go ahead and put a white woman to rule over them all. One broad to rule them all, one broad to find them, one broad to save them all, and in canon perversion bind them. That's basically what we've got here. So Leia was the most powerful of all. So Leia, sadly, so sorry, Lucasfilm, so sorry that these films got made in 1977 and in the early 80s when people still had their fucking sanity. So sorry that you can't retcon Luke no matter what you do. Nobody's going to read this stupid Star Wars short story. Nobody's going to care. And you can go ahead and make it like Leia was the bestest ever. Oh, how sad that she never got to be the bestest ever. It's too late. No matter what you assholes do. You little cartoon, which was absolutely obscene. I did a video about that in case you haven't seen it. I'm just so sick of this shit. It's just so transparent. It's pathetic. And what do I say, kids? What do I say? Without respect, we reject. Without respect, we reject, people. Do not forget that every time that your resolve weakens on that point. Every time you think, what can it harm? What harm will it do if I go ahead and see Star Wars Episode 9? Well, then you are sending a message to Lucasfilm and to Disney. Go ahead, piss in our faces. Go ahead and wreck the things that we love. We'll still be here for you. Because we're abused spouses. Well, go ahead. You can slap us. You can beat us. You can piss in our face. You can call us racist. You can call us sexist. We'll still be there for you because we're mindless drones. We are corporate property, and we will march dutifully into the killing floor of the theater to go ahead and watch our dreams get slaughtered on the screen. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. If that's the kind of world you want to live in, you go ahead and go see Episode 9, and you go ahead and go to their shitty little Disney theme park, their Star Wars theme park, Galactic Outhouse, I think it's called, that will be refreshingly free of the original characters because, you know, white males, right? Funny how 2 out of the 3 characters from the original trilogy that made it into the sequel trilogy were white males, and how many of them are dead? Both. Thank you, John Balderdash, for pissing me off. There is another. Jesus Christ. Well, isn't that special? Isn't that special? Ooh. Fandom when the wallet's closed. Hashtag without respect, we reject, people. We got to draw the line. We have got to draw the line. Thank you, John Balderdash. Chaotic Evil CSR with a $13.99 Canadian super chat. And I know who is the man behind Chaotic Evil CSR because how well I recognize his avatar. He is none other than one of my own Legionnaires and one of my friends who has done some fantastic artwork that will soon be posted at patreon.com/Doomcock, along with his Legionnaire story and the story of his fellow Legionnaire Chris and Mia. I will say no more, for Chaotic Evil CSR is a brilliant artist, and Chaotic Evil CSR has said nothing, and therefore I will say nothing except thank you, oh Chaotic Evil CSR. Wonderful stuff, man. they're going to eat this up. Sorry, I haven't had a chance to post it yet, as you can see. Geez, I've been reviewing like my ass off, but maybe tonight. I hope I'll have some time. I'm going to do my best. Daxamite. Hail Daxamite with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Daxamite. Kid Daxamite. And he says, let me see, where'd he go? Here he is. Choose one. Ability to fly, super strength, unlimited wealth, or forgetting STD ever existed. Oh, geez. Well, you know, Daxamite, I would pick unlimited wealth. Why? Because then I could purchase CBS and I could purchase Viacom, because you did say unlimited. So I could vastly overpay their worth. I could absolutely, completely, and totally buy them out. Then I would own Star Trek. And then I wouldn't have to forget that Star Trek Discovery ever existed. I would recall every damn unsold DVD and Blu-ray and destroy them. I would take it off the air, and I would never allow it to be streamed again. And so there would be little pathetic pockets of sold DVDs out there. And it would survive as kind of a underworld thing. But effectively, I would grab that viper by its head, pry open its mouth, yank out its fangs, skin it, cook it, eat it, and smash the bones with a ball-peen hammer. So that is what unlimited wealth could do, Daxamite. I would be a fool to forget that STD ever existed when actually I could make that happen. With enough money, I could absolutely make that happen, and then I would replace it with great Star Trek. Original Star Trek, not updated. I would have a sequel to Voyager, set after Voyager, essentially. So we'd see the extreme future of the Federation. And then finally, I would do some contemporaneous adventures in the original series timeline. The adventures of, say, the Farragut, or the, some other ship that we really don't have much lore on at all. And, where the Enterprise went right, they'd go left, have an entirely new adventure series in the spirit of the original, but not the original. A different crew, different encounters, same universe. I think it would be absolutely fabulous. And hell, when enough time had passed, I would do a Cage faithful prequel. Prequel is a dirty word, but imagine if it was done without apologies, on the exact same sets, exact same uniforms, exact same rules, where they have the little like cobra-headed view screen coming out the side of the chair, just like Pike did, just like Kirk did in Where No Man Has Gone Before. Think how cool that could be. Make it a drama, have personality, great characters, fabulous adventures. It could be a blast, and it would be absolutely faithful to canon. Anyone that wanted to do anything that violated canon would be instantly fired out of a canon. Thank you, Daxamite, for that. Mark C., Legionnaire and artist extraordinaire, Mark C., with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Mark C. And he says, "Hail, Lord Doomcock, mightiest of mortals. I hope one day, Mark C., to be the mightiest of immortals, because if you rule the world, you want to stick around to see how it all turns out. So I'd be working on immortality as my next goal after global domination, and sending out the fleet to conquer the galaxy, of course, because, too big for one planet. I've got to have an empire. I can't let Ming the Merciless beat me. I can't let him achieve more than I've achieved. So I'm going to go ahead and do my very, very best to stick around a long, long time for you folks. And hell, if I can get the secret of immortality, I'd be more than happy to pass it on to all of you, my faithful. In the early days of the Doomcock Revolution, all of you are going down in my scrolls of honor. All of you will receive what benefits I can give you, including immortality, if I could just crack that secret. Thank you, Mark C, very much. Hail, Mark C, coolest of the cool. Legionnaire and pal. Captain of Fuckhead with a 2-pound super chat. Thank you, Captain Fuckhead. He's got a little shield made of an F and an H. Oh, it looks kind of like a Templar cross in the Crusades, except when you look closer, there's a definite FH in there. Subtext for those who are interested. Anyway, Captain Fuckhead says, "Hail Doomcock, half empty glass is still half full." Well, that's true. That's absolutely true. I guess you're talking about my bottle that is nearly that is running low, alarmingly low. I have to tell you guys that just the other day, and I said this in my super chat square up, so I won't dwell on it. But the other day I saw an article talking about Japanese whiskeys and how there is really like a global shortage now of good Japanese whiskey because it got discovered by the world. Previously, the only market for Japanese whiskey was in Japan, surprisingly enough. And the world has somehow tumbled to the fact that Japanese whiskey is outstanding. And as a result, it is getting more and more expensive. Now, the distilleries are popping up and struggling to meet demand, but they kind of got caught with their tashikis down. And so they've got a lot of stuff percolating, but it's going to take years to catch up with demand with this latest batch. So I'm very judicious in my consumption of the Yamazaki that I have, courtesy of my Legionnaire and friend John Tennant, the Xanadu ambassador to China. And John, if you're listening to this later, thank you, sir, for turning me on to that incredible whiskey that I'd never heard of before. It is absolutely my favorite. Thank you, Captain Fuckhead, for that perspective. I need to remember that. I need to remember that I'm very fortunate to have drunk and lost than never to have drunk at all. I think that is an axiom. Irate Pirate with a 2-pound super chat. Thank you, Irate Pirate, sir. And he says, exclusive malts 10-year-old Springbank is beautiful. I have never heard of Springbank. Very interesting. I wonder where that is from. Irate Pirate, are you in the chat, sir? Can you tell me? Can you tell me where that hails from? Because I will take a look at it. It's getting close to time for Doomcock to make the trip up to the surface and go to a liquor store and look for this stuff. And I've got a couple of requests here that say Ryukin says, Overlord DVD, can I get your opinion of the last Mary Sue late headpiece? Says that just toxic men like the Alita movie. My response would be fuck the Mary Sue. They call themselves the Mary Sue. I despise Mary Sues. Mary Sues are everything that is wrong with entertainment. Mary Sues are worthless characters, shells of propaganda, that have nothing to contribute whatsoever of interest to any fans of cinema. So any news site that calls itself the Mary Sue sucks by definition and is beneath attention and contempt. Attention and contempt. There is nothing worth watching on the Mary Sue. It's trash. So thank you for alerting me to that. I will put that on the list of things. If someone could tweet me a reminder, just go ahead and DM me a reminder or a link to that article so that I will see it and go, oh yeah, that's right. I need to go ahead and slap them around a little bit. Please let me know. Please send me that. I would really appreciate that, you guys. I don't want to leave that uncommented on. I don't know. I don't know why they think that. I think it's ridiculous. I think that these people care nothing about story integrity. They care nothing about humanity. I mean, this is a film full of humanity. This is a film that has wonder and joy and exuberance, as opposed to Captain Marvel, that was basically a lurching dead zombie of wokitude. Captain Marvel sucked. It was boring. Just on the surface of it, it was humdrum, boring, tedious crap. And when you dig down deeper, you see all the plot holes, the idiocy, the agendas. It stunk. In comparison to Alita, I would say it's about a third as good as Alita. I think Alita absolutely kicks the shit out of Captain Marvel. Now, I've said that I am a toxic male, unapologetically, happily. So the Mary Sue could simply, reject my opinion and say, well, he's a toxic male. He admits it. Yes, I do. Fuck you. I don't care. I don't care what you think. I don't care what anybody thinks. I'll go ahead and live my life the way I want to live it. I'm going to go ahead and, a cat can look at a king, as the saying goes. Doomcock can look at women any goddamn way he pleases. He will not interfere with them. He will treat them as human beings with respect and dignity. But I will go ahead and look wherever the hell I want to. So there you go. And I will absolutely, I will review that shit if somebody will be sure and remind me. Go ahead and DM me on that, because I got a whole bunch of stuff I got to do now. I mean, I got to do Shazam. I got to do the next Star Trek Discovery episode that airs tonight. I have to get out that Twilight Zone episode 2 review. Jesus Christ. I've got another thing I'm working on in addition to now this Mary Sue thing. So yeah, got a lot to do. Thank you guys for all these suggestions. Irate Pirate, thank you for the tip about Springbank. I will remember that the next time I go to the liquor store. Hiro Higuma-san. Hail Hiro Higuma with a 10 euro super chat. Hiro Higuma, you rock. I hope you are back on your feet and feeling better, my friend. And he says, Morse code V signal wounds my heart with a monotonous languor. I say again, wounds my heart with a monotonous languor. Conspiratorial wink at Harvey. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, you're not supposed to, pal. That message was for me. Morse code V signal wounds my heart with a monotonous languor. To which I will respond, the daisy petals like tentacles fall in the spring. The daisy petals like tentacles fall in the spring. And I am winking back at you, Hiro Higuma-san.
I feel alarmed. I feel alarmed. I don't know what all that was about, but I am. Is something going on? Harvey, you got something going on here?
I can't say.
Dude, uh, uh, I think, yeah, he's still secure. He's still secure. Oh, Jesus. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that. I feel that something is going on. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, Lord. Well, I'm going to double the guard. We shall double our efforts. I hope so, Commander, for your sake. The Emperor is not as forgiving as I am. Dun, dun, dun. I'm going to triple the guard. I'm going to electrify the security countermeasures. You will not be getting out. Yes, Hurricane Live, exactly. Pulling a hammer anvil prisoner on you. Hurricane Live. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I think that is absolutely correct. I think you are spot on, Hurricane Live. Yes. XO4. Yes. Patty cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. You must be a hammer or anvil. Exactly. God, nice to see a prisoner reference in the chat. Let us forge ahead. Ito Higuma, you have filled me with paranoia, sir. Damn you, and thank you. Perseus the Cat. Hail, Perseus the Cat, with a $5 Canadian super chat. Thank you, Perseus. I've been meaning to speak with you, sir. I need to go ahead and contact you on the on DM over on patreon.com. So I will hopefully do that in the next day or so. I've been meaning to talk to you about something. Anyway, Perseus the Cat says, I want a permanent seat at Dictor's Cafe Xanadu. I will demand of the piano player. You played it for Harvey, you can play it for me. If he can stand it, I can. Play it. Dun 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 dun. Oh man, I would love to go there. I would love to be there. So I will commit that once I take over the world and or once I achieve great wealth, I will build a replica of Rick's Cafe Americaine, and it will be Dictor's Cafe Xanadu. And it will be a virtual replica inside of the set for Casablanca. And it will have a piano player, a Moroccan vibe, lots of shadowy corners, and exquisitely lighted effects. And it will be painted, I think, in like a monochrome kind of a palette, so that you feel when you go in like it is in a black and white movie. And we will screen Casablanca nightly, or maybe every other night, maybe on the weekends. We'll see. Might get old after a while. We don't want actually to dominate the vibe. And of course, Doomcock will be in the back room, shocked that there is gambling going on in here. You're winning, sir. Thank you very much. Perseus the Cat, you shall have your permanent seat. I absolutely guarantee it. Well within earshot of the piano player to request what you will. Oh, God, how lovely that would be. John Balderdash. Hail, John Balderdash, with a $5 super chat. Thank you, John, again, sir. And he says, 1 billion for Captain Marvel was a big defeat for us and the shill's crow. I worry that episode 9 will be similar and leave our cause in ruins. John Balderdash, I don't believe them. I just don't believe them. I think that there's been a lot of fishy stuff around Captain Marvel, and I doubt those figures. I just don't believe it. I've not seen a whole lot of excitement for this damn thing. I don't think that there's been much repeat business. I think they're lying. That is my gut. If I had to bet, that's what I would say. And I imagine that they will try and lie about episode 9 as well. They will try to discourage us, John. Do not play into it. Simply do not play into it. All we can do is vote with our entertainment dollars to spread the word, to slam the damn thing. Look, whether or not episode 9 succeeds, the point is it must succeed without us. They must know that their insults have left hundreds of millions of dollars on the table. It has cost them a lot more than they're willing to pay for that arrogance. It is not really that we can put them out of business, but we can make it damn clear that there is a free-thinking body of fans who will not tolerate being abused. That if you want to abuse us, it will cost you dearly. That is the message. So we cannot think about listening to their lies. We can't think about putting them out of business. We can't control any of those things, but by God damn it, we can close our wallets. And we can cost them dearly. And that's what we need to do, John. So, chin up, eyes forward, stay with Doomcock, and make them pay. That is my urging to you. If only for your self-respect. We should all do this for our self-respect. Psycho Dwarf 9. Hail Psycho Dwarf 9 with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Legionnaire Psycho Dwarf. And he says, too much blood in your alcohol system? Here's a contribution. Thank you, Psycho Dwarf 9, for this $5 super chat, sir. Much, much appreciated. Yes, my alcohol system is getting a little bloody lately. I need to go ahead and supercharge that sucker up. Make it better. Make it stronger. Make it faster. I think that it will help me tonight, as a matter of fact, as Star Trek Disgracery comes on the air. Ugh, God, I can't believe I just got finished reviewing Perpetual Agony, and now once more into the breach, dear friends. Once more I go where no sane man has gone before. Review this crap again. Oh, dear God in heaven. Chris Persia. Again, Chris. Thank you, sir, for this $5 Canadian super chat. Much appreciated, Chris. And Chris says STD is proof that CBS has perpetual incontinence. May you continue to eliminate this fact. Hail Doomcock. Hail Chris Persia. Thank you, sir. I am absolutely dedicated to pointing out that CBS has perpetual incontinence, and despite this perpetual incontinence, they still somehow remain full of shit. I know it defies the laws of physics. You would think that with limited bowel capacity, that with perpetual incontinence, there would come a perpetual regularity. And yet, this perpetual incontinence fails to prevent them from being perpetually full of shit. Thank you, Chris. I will do my absolute level best, sir, to continue to pound this fact home, that STD is a disease of the mind and can also affect your regularity. Take STD with a lot of bran. You don't want to wind up like CBS. Thank you, Chris. Darth Gabble. Hail Darth Gabble again with a $2 super chat. And Darth Gabble says, oh, glorious Harvey Cthulhu, have you tried catnip?
Are you screwing with me, Darth Gabble? Are you acting like I'm a Cthulhu kitty? That I'm a nice kitty, a fun kitty, happy kitty? Is that what you're trying to say? Huh? I thought you were on my side, man. You're taking a shot like that? Next, you're going to be one of these guys saying I'm an invisible 6-foot rabbit. I always want Harvey. Well, I hear Harvey. I think imaginary friend, and he's not that he's imaginary. Just only I could say him because being a bit of a drunkard. Maybe that's why Doomcock sees you, because he's a drunkard too. And he's so much of a drunkard, Mary. He's so much of a drunkard, Mary Ashmead. He's so drunk that the rest of the world sees you too. That's how drunk Doomcock gets. Oh, dear God. Well, Jimmy,
Can I call you Jimmy? Prefer you call me Mr. Stewart. Jimmy, things were simpler in your time. You had great movies. You had great movies like Vertigo and Harvey and Rear Window and Man Who Knew Too Much and It's a Wonderful Life. You had Casablanca. You had Gone with the Wind. You had Citizen Kane. You didn't have to deal with all the crap and desecration and corruption that we have to deal with, pal. So sobriety was a hell of a lot easier back in those days. Oh, we had World War II. Well, we have the fucking Last Jedi, Jimmy. We have Star Trek Discovery. I don't want to hear it. Oh, you're kind of crabby. Well, I'm a supervillain. And I drink too much. Well, actually, just enough. But I digress. So, Harvey, you're going to try catnip?
Oh, fuck you.
All right. Well, that's settled. Thank you, Darth Gavel, for starting an incredible argument here on this end at the center of the earth with just a $2 super chat. That shows the power of the dark side, Darth Gavel. Kilroy was here. I told you he'd be here in the future yet again. Kilroy was here with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Kilroy. And he says, you should watch the Full Metal Alchemist anime, 2003 and Brotherhood. They're both great, though Brotherhood is better. Watch the English dub since Ed Elric is voiced by Vic. No kidding. I did not know that, sir. I tell you, I'm pretty convinced. Convinced. I am committed to reading the original manga now because I've bought so many of them. But once I do, I'll be very happy to watch that anime. And normally I refuse to watch a dubbed version. But for Vic Mignogna, I will make an exception. All hail Vic Mignogna, persecuted by the SJW strike force. Long may he run, and may his legal revenge be swift and merciless. Thank you, Kilroy was here, for those suggestions. 2003 and Brotherhood. Brotherhood is better, but I will watch them in that order because I'm, a completist, so it makes sense for me. I'm going to do a few more super chats here, but then I am going to have to go ahead and run to the theater so that I can review Shazam for you guys. So I tell you, I will have I will do one of two things, guys. I will either do a super chat square up for the remaining super chats, or later on this evening, I may go ahead and do a Doomcock live stream part 2 later this evening and pick up on these super chats where I left off. I'm not sure. I've never had to cut it as short as I have to today. It's just a little over 2 hours, but I've got to get to my screening. So I don't know. I don't know what you guys think that I should do. I will do one or the other. Kato Roan, if you do another stream, in how many hours would that be? It would probably be around like it would really have to be probably around like 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. So maybe running like from 10 o'clock Central to maybe 12 o'clock. I wouldn't be able to do a 5, 6, 7 hour stream just because I have to get the Shazam review done. That's the whole point of going. So, but yeah, let me think about that. It seems like a lot of you guys might like to do that. One or the other. Let me see what you guys think. But yeah, maybe I will. I don't know. I don't know. Livestream 2 says Rolocat. I'm definitely going to do one this weekend. So, I mean, you don't have to worry about that. I'm going to do a live stream either Saturday night or Sunday night, like I did last week. I'd love a part 2. I might catch it before going into work. Yeah, let me see. Let me see what happens. A second live stream would be interesting. Let me think about it. One way or the other, I will of course address all of your super chats. One way or the other. Chris Persia says, for the YouTube algorithm, perhaps it would be best to cut this a little earlier and then later make up for it. Let me try an experiment. So what I will do is cut it off here. So it's going to be a little over 2 hours. Let's see what happens with the algorithm. Just leave that sitting there for a while, and you guys can kind of play it and come back to it. And then let me see if I can go ahead and start up another one, a continuation of it at about maybe 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. Go a couple more hours and see what happens, okay? We'll see how that goes. And also I'll be able to talk a little bit about Shazam and my impressions of it. Sorry to have to cut it off here, you guys, but like I said, I do have to run. So let's do that as an experiment. I will go and do a mission to look at Shazam. I will return, and then we can pick up the conversation. I will go ahead and give you guys my viewpoint on that, and then go ahead and resume the super chats. Maybe we'll see. You know, we'll see. Let me see what will work. This is kind of uncharted territory, guys. But I will be in touch, and I will go ahead and let you guys know. So, thank you all for being here, and I will maybe check back. How many of you guys will be here to hear that? I mean, that's the thing. If a lot of you guys can't make it, then there's no real point in picking up a second live stream to read these at 10 o'clock tonight. It would probably be better to do it as a super chat square up. What do you guys think? If you guys think you might be there at a 10 o'clock live stream tonight, go ahead and do a Y for yes. Just real quick. Let me see how many of those who are waiting on super chats would say Y in the chat, and let me know if you guys would return. So if you will, Ys, let's see if there are folks who are waiting on super chats that would enjoy that. Okay. SSB candidates says not sure. Well, all right. Josh and Rebecca Momini say they can't. Yes or no? 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. Okay, so a lot of folks would be able to be here. So, well, hell, let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. So I will be back. Thank you, Mary Ashmead. Thank you, ma'am. I really appreciate that. We won't go super late on that since we've already done, a couple hours. But I will go ahead and give my reviews, at least initial impression on Shazam, and a in-depth review will be coming later. And since the SSB candidates can't be here, and let me go ahead just real quick and go ahead and address those for you, SSB candidates, since you've been waiting. 2 super chats from the SSB candidates with a 50 Mexican dollar super chat. Thank you, sir. And he says, no idea you were streaming, my lord. Just coming home from work. Guess I can make super chats again after YouTube did not let me. Warn Unca Ethan. Well, thank you, SSB candidates. I'm glad that you made it here, and this live stream will be left up while I go see the movie, so you can catch up on what you missed. And that's true for all of you guys. So there you go. There's that. And also the SSB candidates with 100 Mexican dollar super chat. Thank you again, sir. Says, about a month ago, I was trying to tell Unca Ethan about this YouTuber named Go, El Monitor Geek, who was blaming him for Milkshake Gate, but YouTube mysteriously did not let me. I smell conspiracy. I do not know what Milkshake Gate is. I do not know. Go, El Monitor Geek. So I have no idea what the hell you're talking about, SSB candidates. But I am glad that whatever treachery delayed you is put back down, and that you can do super chats again. And I am just absolutely delighted that you are here, sir. And I don't see anything from Momini. So even though you can't be there, I will go. I would have read yours if you couldn't. All right, you guys, listen. Thank you all for everything. I will return this evening to go ahead and resume this show. So it will be part 2, the Shazamining, and we will Shazamin the. I like that, the Shazamining. I need to write that down so that I can call it that. The Shazamining. I will go ahead and we'll resume this. So not farewell, merely till later. Thank you all for being here, and I will see you later on this evening. Oh, and Chris Persia explains Milkshake Gate is referring to the SJW infiltrators at Marvel that helped bring it to its current ruin. Thank you, Chris Persia. I appreciate that. And SSB candidates, thank you very much for being here. All right, you guys, I will see you later on tonight at 10 o'clock. And I'll tell you what I thought about Shazam. Until then, my friends, stay angry, eat something, drink something. See you later on. Good night, you guys. Till later. Bye-bye.